Good morning, B-Town. Welcome back to the Bloomington Breakfast Club. We have a very full show for you this morning. I'm Gabrielle Valenson.
And I'm Juliana Mary. That's right, we are back in the studio and we are ready to bring you exciting new content and new segments.
And stick around because later in the show we have an exclusive interview with former Bloomington City Arts Director and now Bloomington City Council candidate, Miah Michaelson.
You won't want to miss it, Hoosiers. Stay tuned.
What has been going on in the Bloomington community this week, Juliana?
Well, there's been a lot, and I think it's time for our morning wake-up call. Yes. Walter Gantz will become the new Associate Dean of the Media School at Indiana University on July 1st.
Janet Shibley Hyde has been named the recipient of the inaugural Alfred C. Kinsey Distinguished Researcher Award, which honors renowned scientists and academics who shape the understanding of human sexuality through their research.
A McDonald's employee is being charged with assault after allegedly throwing a cheeseburger at another employee at the McDonald's on 3rd Street.
State wildlife officials say a second type of invasive Asian carp has reached Lake Monroe.
The contemporary circus show called Reversible will be coming to the IU Auditorium on April 2nd and 3rd. Tickets are still available. As sad and as crazy as it is to already think about, here on campus, final exams are less than a month away. And to keep our student viewers finishing strong, this week's Jack on the Street is taking you on a stress detox at the De-Stress Fest.
So let's take a deep breath, share a moment of zen, and join TBBC correspondent Jack Bassett.
Spring has sprung here all across Bloomington. IU's campus is alive and bustling with activity. Temperatures in the 60-degree mark are a warm welcome to a variety of scenery across Indiana University's grounds. Hammocks are hung, frat boys are challenging their inner athlete, dogs are being walked, and friendly faces fill the campus community. This new change in weather creates a change in emotion and change of habits for everyone. These changes can be both for the better and the worse. To seek a way to manage the bad, we here at the Breakfast Club lead you here. While everyone else is enjoying this beautiful weather outside, I'm keeping you inside for this Jack on the Street, taking you to Wells Library for a very de-stressful Jack on the Street. Here at the annual semester De-Stress Fest, the IU Health Center and IU Libraries are teaming up to provide a wide assortment of opportunities to remove the stressors from people's lives and provide helpful outlets to let go of the negative stress that's already currently affecting them.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Boyles, and I'm from the Health Center, CAP, from the 4th floor here on North Jordan. And we're here today celebrating getting rid of stress. It's a wonderful thing to do this time of year, especially with finals coming up, and it's extra bonus that the weather is beautiful outside. So, enjoy yourself and relax. You earned it.
Activities provided include 5-minute chair massages provided by a licensed IU Health Center masseuse, where they focus on detoxing stress through a massage. Intense ping pong matchups. How-to sessions on how to make your own stress ball. Cookie decorating and frosting sessions. Generous donations of free snacks. And the biggest hit, therapy dogs. 4 different dogs sit at the floor of Wells Library, providing endless smiles, laughter, and softness, distracting college students from the stresses of their life. 4 different dogs sit at the floor of Wells Library, providing endless smiles, laughter, and softness that distract the college students from the stresses of their lives. We here at the Breakfast Club got the chance to meet a 4-legged friend of our own, as well as their owner.
This is Barney. He is a volunteer for the Monroe County Humane Association, and he's also our family dog.
This program is all free of charge and provides students at IU a break from the hardships of being a student and provides them an escape of fun.
So I'm Justin Freeman, and I'm here at the De-Stress event because I just got out of class at Hoswell and just did some walking through Wells, and so I stopped by here. But I really like to de-stress by playing some Fortnite or watching some music videos on YouTube. That really gets me relaxed. Unless I die on Fortnite, then it probably is really counterproductive.
The library is currently at a volume that most librarians would shush people at. But here at De-Stress Fest, the noise is encouraged and welcomed. At this program, this group wants you to find your ease and your tools to counteract the overwhelming level of stress that may be surrounding you. A place home to seas of literature, the center of book after book, can be seen as more than a hub of knowledge. Here at IU, Wells Library is a place to provide the help you need, or even the help you didn't even think you needed, but can sure appreciate. If you're a college student with finals soon approaching, or if you're dealing with stress at all, remember, pet the nearest dog and know everything's gonna be okay. For the Bloomington Breakfast Club and IUSTV, I'm Jack Bassett.
It is now time for our unnecessary updates of the day, and we have our lovely Asher Michelson joining us again this morning for this segment. We love having you.
Me. Thank you.
We love it. We have so much fun. So,
Yes.
Jules.
Let's see what's happening today in the world of celeb news and pop culture. So, to start, we're going to talk about Justin and Haley. Again, I know that we've talked about them, but he has now commented back to a quote from a fan who was criticizing their relationship and their marriage.
Right.
And Justin just commented back saying that he'll always have a special place in his heart for Selena, and it was a very long message, and he was basically just saying back off because he's been going through enough.
Yeah. Exactly. He's been struggling with depression. He's been struggling. I know he also said he wants to start making new music, but he has to be in a better spot for that.
And they're young in love. In a new marriage, they're allowed to do whatever they want because it's their lives. Selena and her are in their own lanes.
It's a totally different story.
And they just, I don't understand why people are trying to backtrack and create more drama when there is none to even be there.
Right. And he even said, because he wrote back a very long thing. He goes, I usually don't even give this energy, but he said this is the only thing I'm going to reply to because this is enough, and it's getting ridiculous, and it's not respectful to Hailey Bieber.
Yeah, and he used to be very responsive on social media and clap back a lot, but I think it's good that he's not because I think it just shows he's growing up and he just doesn't care what other people think.
Right.
Maturity. He's getting there.
Okay, this one I thought was really funny. Rob Lowe turned down the role of McDreamy on Grey's. So he actually said this in his memoir that he wrote in 2014, but it came up again. He was doing a podcast and he joked and he said it cost him $70 million. Obviously, he doesn't regret it, he said, but he was being funny about it.
Hey, so much money. I mean, I guess when you're already at his status, that's like pennies, I guess.
Right.
I don't know. But I mean,
Rob Lowe being McDreamy.
That would be amazing.
That's a
he
fantasy.
did so great in Parks and Rec, but I understand. If it's just $70 million to him, then what does he have to lose?
Exactly.
There you go.
If he doesn't need it, then
spare change.
Yeah,
there you go.
Spare change for him. But so other big news: Adele has been spotted.
Yes, I saw this.
At a recording studio in New York City. So exciting. It's been 4 years since her last album. She's won 15 Grammys. Obviously a huge star, but so private. You hardly hear it.
She is. She's very private. She had her baby And after that, she kind of just
went dark for a bit.
Right.
Yeah. But with the style of her music, I feel like that is so fitting. She couldn't be a big celebrity, like, personality out there and always in the media, because that's not what her music really speaks to.
Right.
And so I'm so excited though if she comes out with a new album.
I'm really hoping.
And each of her albums are based off the age of her life. So she had 19, she had 25. Right. Now she is, I believe, 30, I believe.
Yeah.
But so I'm wondering if she's going to stick with that theme of, you know, this is where I am in my life. This is the music that reflects where I personally am and where I'm looking towards. But we'll see. Her music speaks to a lot of people and is so beautiful. So.
It really is. Really is. Okay, this we haven't had our updates for a little while, so we need to talk about this. Kate Beckinsale and Pete Davidson. So I know we spoke about Pete when the whole Ariana thing was going on, and that's great. But now, his whirlwind romance with Kate. I don't know if you guys saw the picture at the hockey game. You know, there was a lot of PDA, and then Anthony from Queer Eye is just, I mean, it went viral. He's just right there in the corner looking, and it was kind of, people were saying that's kind of how everyone's feeling.
Right.
Because everyone's so confused. I mean. Exactly. I mean, I personally think age is just a number. They are 20 years apart.
That's a lot.
That is a long time, yes.
Gab, I disagree.
Okay.
I cannot. I think that the age gap is too much. 20 years is a lot of years. And I understand that with celebrity does come a certain more maturity than the normal, like, young person.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm 20 and that would be a 40-year-old.
No,
and
that's true.
It's too much for me.
That's true. Will they last? Who knows?
And everyone has their cup of tea. Everyone is into whatever they're into. I get that. But that's a big gap.
It is a big gap. It is a big gap, but also, so she, why this is coming up again in the media is because she deleted her Instagram. Right. Because she was getting all this hate. She was getting rude comments from people like David Spade, who was, I mean, like, what are you doing? He said something a little rude. I think he said she likes them young. Yeah. I don't know. Well, anyway.
In the end, if they're happy, they're happy.
Exactly.
Who am I to judge?
Exactly. So she's back. She's back on Insta. She posted one picture, and I don't know. Well, we will see where that goes.
I think that coming out of the relationship with Ariana and then going into this with the PDA and all of that, I think that that almost speaks more to the lack of maturity in that relationship, because they really should be dealing with it in a better way, in my opinion, more quiet.
Do you think it's a show? Like, do you think this is all just a show?
I mean, I'm all about. Well, I'm not
Who
all
knows?
about it,
but we're going to be here to watch it. We'll be here to watch it go down if it is a show. So.
There we go. Okay, Asher.
So, another news. E! just released the trailer for season 16 of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. 16 seasons, that's already, like, incredible. And it showed lots of tears, lots of drama. The main conflict of the overall season looked like it was going to be surrounding the whole Tristan, Jordan, Kylie, Khloe whole scandal. It looked pretty intense with Khloe crying on the screen saying that this is my life that's being messed with. So, I mean, it was trending #3 on YouTube. It seems like people, once again, are ready. Kris Jenner is a beast.
I mean, it's 16 seasons. They have to keep doing something. And obviously, this season is definitely going to be revolved around, as you said, the whole scandal, the cheating scandal, which we, again, did not get to speak about. How do you guys feel about all of that?
Well, you know what? The timing is a bit convenient. I love the Kardashians.
It's extremely convenient.
But they had this scandal, and now we're just going right into the new season. And oh my gosh, that's going to be the center of the season. Like, what would they have done if they didn't have that scandal? What would they have talked about? You know. So I think that now that it's all kind of clicking into place, I think that people are kind of starting to catch on. But regardless, I'm going to watch. We're all going to watch. So,
exactly. You know. I mean, they know what they're doing. They've been doing it for all these years. And we will see.
The devil works hard, but Kris Jenner works harder.
Yes. I think she has a few tricks up her sleeve that we might not know about right now. But yeah, there's definitely something going in with the timing of all of this. But nevertheless, it'll be entertaining. So
exactly. So this is the perfect way to segue into our new segment called Asher Asks. So exciting. Asher, tell us about this, what can the audience expect to see?
So we're going to be going onto the streets of Bloomington, and we're pretty much going to be using any of our unnecessary update topics and just going out there and asking what Bloomington people have their opinions of.
Yes,
so,
and all different ages.
all different ages.
Yes.
And all different demographics. So
Perfect.
we're just going to be getting a little overall view of what our experiences are.
Well, we are so excited. Let's see the first segment of Asher Asks.
Hi, I'm Asher Michelson. Welcome to Asher Asks, the segment where we're going out on the street and asking local people what they think about our unnecessary updates. We're currently in the School of Global and International Studies. Let's see what people think. Hey Hoosiers, we're here with Chris Lamb from BuzzFeed and Gambling TV. So, tell me Chris, what are your opinions recently? In the news, Justin Bieber has been speculating to be with Selena Gomez again, even though she's with Hailey Bieber and they're married.
Wait, so there's rumors that he's cheating?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's not the good thing to do, the right thing to do because he's married, but...
I'm 41. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. I wouldn't put it past him. He's a pop star. Pop stars that get famous very, very quickly, sometimes they just don't know how to be good people anymore.
The speculation is so well-founded, and that there's so much drama involved in the lives of these celebrities that we care so much about, and I don't know, I feel betrayed by Justin Bieber and myself too.
For Brittany, what do you think about the whole Khloe Kardashian and Kylie Jenner, Tristan Thompson scandal that's been going on lately?
So I think that it's all really dumb.
Do you think this is all just a ploy? You know, Kris Jenner working this all up for the new season?
Oh! I didn't think about that at first, but now that you're putting it that way, that could totally be plausible.
The sensationalism of our culture makes these things like really interesting to everyone, but the thing is we genuinely don't care, but we definitely put celebrities on a different moral ground, which is odd in its own way. Yeah, so we say it's okay for them to do this because media can make money off of it. Surprise, I'm shook. It hurts.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't follow those things, so.
And explain why you are shook.
I don't know, because if it was my best friend, I just don't know how I would react, and it's, I don't know, I feel hurt for Kylie, and for the whole family, I guess, too.
I think if it's true what happened, that's very upsetting and very like shameful because these are public icons and like they should be setting examples. With that being said, drama is drama, so it's juicy drama.
Kris Jenner is a genius.
Oh, hardcore worker.
Like she's the reason why this empire exists. So I would say that it's totally possible that like if none of us can put it past them to be like, okay, so this is what we're gonna do to stay relevant. We're gonna have some drama happen, all right? So
Adele's coming out with a new album. Do you like Adele's music?
I don't really listen to her music, but I do listen to Ariana Grande's music, which is Fire, her new album. Fire. Have you heard the song NASA?
Pop culture music, it's very much a lot of like either I love you songs or it's like I got my heart broken by you songs, especially. That's kind of what Adele is known for. So I do wonder if she feels like some type of pressure to still make songs like that.
I mean, Adele's pretty good too, but I just don't know. I mean, I do like the idea of her naming her album by her age. I've never heard of that. I didn't even know she did that until now.
I do like her songs. She's a very good singer. I have not followed her.
Because that's what has done well for her. But at the same time, like I've also seen a lot of interviews of her, and like I really do respect her for having a like I don't really give an F personality. So yeah, I don't know.
So Hoosiers, we got a lot of responses today. Some people have no clue what's going on. Some people think that everything's a big ploy. Who knows? This has been Asher Asks.
We are pleased to have former Bloomington Arts Director Miah Michaelson join us in our studio this morning, and she is now running for Bloomington City Council District 4.
Miah, welcome to the studio.
Thanks.
We are so happy to have you here. Really just been so inspired about learning more about your journey, and we really just want to learn more about it. So thank you for being here.
Sure, thanks. This studio is amazing. It's
really
so
is.
exciting to come in here and see everything that you guys are doing, and the control room was like, oh my gosh, are they going to launch a rocket or what? So impressive. So anyways, thanks for inviting me over and letting me get a chance to see what you guys are up to. So glad to be here. I'm a first-time candidate As you mentioned, I was the City of Bloomington's arts director for 8 years.
Wow.
And worked on public art, worked on art space development, did economic development for downtown, helping grow downtown as a destination, helped with new businesses, startups, and things like that. So I'm a theater major, so I've tried to live a fairly dramatic life with a lot of life changes, and to think that someone could go from theater to being arts director for a city like Bloomington has been a great and amazing journey, and have just been moved in the last couple of years with all the women running for office and women sort of saying, you know what, it's my time, I've got something to say, I'm going to step up. And that really was one of the primary moving thoughts for me to step up and run for office. So.
I love that. So to start, when did your love for the arts in the city of Bloomington all begin?
Yeah, so like I said, I'm a theater major, so been in the arts since since I was in high school. But I moved here in 2004. We came to Bloomington. My husband was chair of the theater department at IU. And so we moved here with our at the time, two small kids, and worked for a while at the John Walden Arts Center as the gallery director. And then the mayor at that time, Mark Grzan, said, hey, we've developed this arts district. We need somebody to run it. Will you come over to the city and be in charge of the Bloomington Entertainment and Arts District? And I said, yeah. So that started my journey in government and arts policy and putting the two things together. And Bloomington is a unique community in so many ways, and you guys know that, and I know you highlight that on the show, all the great things that are happening in Bloomington. But Bloomington's a pretty rare community in that we think arts are an important economic driver in our community, because we have so many arts organizations and arts events like Lotus and the 4th Street Festival and all the working artists in our community, and obviously we have the Jacob School of Music and so forth. So arts is really a product that we're producing in the community, so why not have a staff member that really works on behalf of the arts and helps elevate it and bring it to its full potential. And that's what's been a blast.
So what have you learned, you know, when you're working with these artists and entertainers and public city officials? What have you learned?
Well, I've learned that arts belong in all facets of community. Not just arts are obviously something that we can go and enjoy and participate in, but for a community to really reach its full potential, I believe, arts have to be at the center of it. Artists have to be on boards and commissions because they bring creativity and innovation to all sorts of projects and challenges and initiatives. So putting the arts at center of the community is certainly something I've learned that's really important. And I've also learned that artists are our most creative and innovative thinkers. So why not involve them more heavily in the life of the community? And in my work now at the State Arts Commission, that's what we're working on. We're working on initiatives statewide to make sure the arts are at the center of community. So I've been able to meld my work life and my campaign life in bringing that concept and bringing the idea of creativity and innovation to city government, which is really what I'm focusing on, as well as quality of life and quality of place here in the city.
Great. Putting it all together.
Yeah, exactly. So what made you decide to run for Bloomington City Council?
Well, again, as I mentioned, the last 2 years with seeing the rise of women who feel like after years of sort of sitting on the sidelines saying, you know what, it's my time. I've got something to say. So that was a big part of it. I also have a freshman at IU now, so he's out of the house. So my last big project is sort of, you know, off my plate. So I have some time and space to do that. So it just felt like the right time for me to jump in. And again, I've just been inspired by all the women who have run against challengers and run great campaigns and thought, you know what, I can do this. I'm going to do this. And so that was the major driver of that decision.
I love that. And what would be some of the changes that you plan to make if elected?
Great question. So I really want to focus more on quality of life in Bloomington. I want to focus more on downtown investment, growing small business in downtown. We're losing retail in downtown. I'd like to see more retail back so that people have a reason not just to come to the bars and restaurants and the arts and culture, which is all great, absolutely, but more retail, more small business development. I want to work on affordable housing in particular for artists in the creative sector. There are communities all over the state that are investing in housing for creative folks, and we're not doing that. I want to work on that. I want to work on helping lift up those folks in the community that are experiencing homelessness and challenges in finding housing. Want to look to find more innovative solutions for those things. Want to continue to keep our neighborhoods strong. And make sure that we keep that town-gown connection strong, that we're collaborating together as IU grows and changes and the city grows and changes. Want to do more collaboration and cooperation. Sometimes the city and IU feel like they're maybe in a little bit butt heads occasionally, and I'd like to be that person that brings folks together to talk about common challenges that we have and opportunities. So really focused on quality of life and fresh ideas, a new perspective, new way of looking at the challenges and opportunities that we have in the community.
Great goals.
Yeah, we love to hear that more for the show. Hopefully we'll be covering some of the new retail and things.
Yeah.
But can you describe what the process of running for city councils has been like?
Yeah, well, for about a year, I spent doing research. There are tons of organizations, websites, training platforms that you can look at, Emily's List and lots of others that help folks who are thinking about running for office sort of figure out what it's like and get some training tips and things like that. So I spent about a year looking at those websites and doing a lot of research and reading, then tons of meetings with people. Should I do this? If I do, what should I focus on? What do you think the issues are and the challenges in the community?
Right.
So there's sort of that phase, and then once you make the decision, which took a couple of months of conversations with my family saying, okay, we're all in. If it's not just me doing this, it's all of us doing this, so are we all in on this? So once we said, yes, we are, then you've got to put together a policy platform, obviously. You've got to recruit volunteers. You've got to put a budget together. There are all sorts of, you've got to put marketing materials together, build a website. There's a whole marketing component of it, which is substantial. What's your social media presence going to look like? What's your timeline and schedule going to be related to canvassing and marketing messaging and mailers and events and things like that. So it's like running a small business, essentially, or planning a big party. I don't know, but maybe both. Maybe putting those two things together, a business with a party. Because I've said, this is going to be fun. I'm going to have a good time doing this. And so I've tried to bring enthusiasm, joy, and sort of excitement to it, and not, because I wasn't going to do it if it was going to be a drudge. I was going to do it to stretch myself, to get my message out there, but also to have a great time in the process. So
I love that.
Yeah, that's so great.
Juliana was saying before we sat down that you are a girl boss.
Yeah.
You 100% are. So, what advice do you have for other women or other women who want to be girl bosses? What for, women who are running for positions of power?
Yeah, that's such a great question. There on Emily's List and a couple of other organizations that work on training women for office, there are sessions and conversations about women owning their expertise. And that was something that I have had to learn or sort of reacquaint myself with in the campaign, which is to be sure and lean in to the things I know that I'm good at. And that's something that women have, sometimes have a tendency to not do. They'll defer to maybe the male in the room, potentially, or an older person in the room. And so my advice would be, own your expertise, claim it, speak it, live it, lean into it. Don't ever let someone sort of push you out of that, because you know what you know, and you know what you're good at, and you know what your strengths are, and speak that. And that's really, I think, the biggest piece of advice I can give to a woman of any age thinking about taking on a challenge that they haven't done before. So, like running for office. So
yes, I love that message. We love your story. Where can our viewers find you?
Sure. My website is miahforbloomington.com. You can read about where I met my husband. You can read about my campaign profile. I actually, on the website, have what I'm calling a virtual town hall, where you can actually talk. You can give us some feedback about what you want your future Bloomington to look like?
So interactive.
So, yeah, so I wanted a campaign.
Personal.
Yeah, I wanted a campaign that wasn't, or a campaign website that wasn't just, let me tell you about me. It was like, let me hear from you.
Oh, that's great.
And that's really been a major part of my whole campaign strategy, which is not just me talking at you, but you listening to me. So MiahForBloomington.com, and then all my Instagram and Twitter and Facebook information is links are on that website.
Perfect.
So check it out.
Perfect. Yeah. We wish you so much luck.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Well,
and we love your platform.
Well,
we really do.
Really appreciate it. And it's so great to meet both of you and see two girl bosses together.
There we go.
Pretty awesome. So
thank you. And thank you for tuning in. A lot of thank yous. Every week to the Bloomington Breakfast Club. We love updating you on all things Bloomington and bringing you exclusive interviews with incredible guests like Miah here.
Stay tuned for exciting updates as we approach the end of our 4th season. And don't forget to follow us all on social media at BTown Be Fast Club.
We'll see you next week, Hoosiers.